And we are live. Welcome, Crypto Warriors, to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 789. Today is Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. And you know what that means. So wake your lazy ass up. Come on in to the Gentlemen of Crypto, baby. I'm your host, Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish. And I have some great news stories for you today, starting with the top story. Twitter reportedly working on Bitcoin tipping feature. Cryptopunks creators signed with top Hollywood agents and sales top 305 million in a week. Legislative Assembly of El Salvador approves $150 million Bitcoin trust. And last but not least, the Postal's Services law enforcement arm is buckling down on crypto. But first, let's jump into our prices for today. Bitcoin today is sitting at $47,512, down 1.4%. Ethereum just crossed over $3,541, up 2.1%. Cardano at 283 is up 0.39%. Binance Coin at $480 is up 0.62%. XRP at 119 is up 3.7%. Dogecoin at 28 cents is down 0.25% today. Solana at $114, huge dip, down 9.5%. And Polkadot at 29.75 is down 1.6%. And just to round out the top 10, we'll mention Uniswap here at 29.73, up 1.8%. So again, if you have any altcoins right now, if you are a trader, if you're deep in the crypto market, everything is pumping at this point. No reason to sell and no reason to panic. So let's take a look at some of our comments for today. Let's see what we have in the chat. Notes from Jude, Chappie, Finn, DC, what's up, what's up? Fanteezy, good morning, everyone. Cryptocurrency, yeah, what's up, Carmelo? Wendy Nichols, good morning, good morning. Yeah, Michael Kennedy, good morning, Grand Rising, everybody. Thank you for coming in today. Today will be a pretty short show only because you got to get on the road for the book tour, but I want to acknowledge right now, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Last night we had an awesome event with the Arizona Bitcoin meetup group. Shout out to Stephen Cole, who leads that group, as well as Alex Dershinger. He runs the Tucson Bitcoin group. He was there as well. Great event, had a Q&A, talked about the book, talked with other fellow Bitcoiners, and you know, got some new friends out of it because I believe meeting people in person is the best. And the people that I met, awesome community, true Bitcoiners, and of course, the education portion of it. A lot of newbies who show up at these events, they learn a lot as well. So shout out to them. Next stop, actually today I'll be flying out. I'll be in Houston, Texas. So for those of you who have been talking about Texas forever, I'll be there for about 10 or 11 days. I'm trying to set up 2 events there now. But if you're in Houston, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Or if you have family there, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know if you want an event in Houston, you know, earlier or later in my time being there. So I'll be in Houston. Then after that, I have a date that I'm working on. Can't say the city yet. And then DC, September 24th through 28th. So now that we got all that out, let's see who else we have in the chat here. What's up? What's up? Darius Rubin, John, Dallas Pipes, Leroy Forbes, Crypto Key. What's up? What's up? Crazy by Don, Leroy Forbes. It says notification came late today. Hey man, like I said, I think YouTube's messing with us. Ghost Nick, will you do a book tour in the Northeast? Actually looking at New Hampshire, looking at Philadelphia, Baltimore, and then DC, all around the time of the DC summit. Problem is, I want to go to New York, but I'm sort of boycotting New York until they get over this whole you need to be vaccinated to go in certain restaurants or to do certain stuff. So we'll see there. Let's see who else we got. Rashu says he'll be in Houston next week. Yeah, come on through. There'll be more information coming out. Let's see, Miss Limitless, what's up, what's up? Let's see, Cleveland needs a meetup. Yeah, a lot of cities. Trying to get them set up now. I can't do them ahead of time as much as I want to because I don't know what they're going to do as far as travel, international and nationally. So again, I have that information out as soon as possible. So let's jump into our first story for today. Twitter is reportedly working on a Bitcoin tipping feature. Oh yeah, give us some snaps. Snaps from my man Jack Dorsey. Bitcoin tipping via the Lightning Network may be in the cards for the next Twitter app update, which is awesome to see. For those of you who saw us maybe a couple months ago, I told people, I gave a little insight that this was coming simply because I saw or knew people personally that had tested the beta version. And they were basically on the back end trying to, fix some things, but they were basically telling me this is coming no matter what. It's just how long will it take to roll out for it to be correct. So they are reportedly laying the groundwork to enable Bitcoin tipping for content creators. According to Mac Rumors, the latest Twitter iOS beta includes lines of code that can see Bitcoin becoming a part of the tip jar. As previously reported by Cointelegraph, Jack Dorsey previously hinted that Bitcoin tipping was in the works. Again, they introduced the tip jar back in May as a way for users to reward content creators on the popular social media platform. And Bitcoin will be added alongside Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo are acceptable options in the tip jar. So once the tip jar came in May, I was like, well, writing's on the wall. People should know by now, Bitcoin tipping. This would be awesome. I would love to get retweets, but also to get tipped in sats. I mean, if somebody's like, yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, you helped me with this. It actually builds a marketplace of ideas. And I love the fact that this Bitcoin tipping feature is only the latest in a string of Bitcoin-focused adoption developments for the social media giant and Dorsey himself. So shout out to Jack. Actually planning an event with him for late September, early October. We'll work that out. So yeah, shout out to Jack. He's often said, he even said it at the Bitcoin Miami conference, if he could leave and do anything else, he would work on just Bitcoin. Talk to him a lot myself. He's a very legit guy, and he's the perfect, I tell people he's the perfect intersection of already having money, being a true Bitcoiner, but still being young. And to get all three of those at the same time, very hard to do. Not many of them out there. So shout out to Jack for putting that. And I think this will drive adoption because, some people were saying, hey, why don't we have decentralized social media where you can tip using Lightning? It's like, well, it's possible, but how about we use a platform that already has millions of users? You start there and the network effect takes off because everybody will have technically a Bitcoin wallet, or at least a way to get Lightning invoices on their Twitter. So they're gonna have to interact with Bitcoin. They're gonna have to know what it is. Boom, 10 million, 20 million people instantly overnight are exposed to Bitcoin. So I think it's a great plan. Let's see what the chat has to say in here. It's Limitless. Oh yeah, Adrian Torres, what's up, what's up? DK Bourne, Rashu says, I stay on B more trying to link. Yep, I gotta talk to a couple people up there. I gotta talk to Trek, try and get into the Be More area. Shout out to Trek. Miss Limitless says Vegas. I actually just discussed Vegas yesterday with some people from Phoenix. Shout out to my man Josh out here in Phoenix. He's from Vegas. We're trying to set that up as well. Crazy by Donna, I'll drive to Houston if it's on a weekend. Yeah, I'm trying to do it on a Saturday like I did my last event, cookout style, hang out. It's a lot of space in Houston, so maybe we could do it at a park. So this time. So let's see, Crypto Mafia facts. I canceled both my trip to New York and Puerto Rico because of the strict jab. Hey man, like I said, I will stay home. I will just go home. I don't have to do any of this. The rules get too bad as far as traveling. Yeah, I'll stay home. James Jetson, yeah, he said those slide down to the H. Yeah, definitely. We'll let you know. Houston meetup is up. And let's see, Adrian Torres, do I have any apes from the Bored Ape Yacht Club? No, I do not. I did look at a few. I've looked at Punks. We actually have a story coming up next about Punks. And every time I looked at it, I was like, I could spend 50,000 on this. I could spend 100,000 on these, maybe flip it, in the future, or I could just buy more Bitcoin. And I went with the latter. So let's see, Leroy M, seen you on the 85 South Show months ago. Been watching you guys ever since. The goats in the space. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that support. A lot of people don't know me and Lamar, who we co-founded Black Bitcoin Billionaires. We were on 85 South a while back. Kind of went under the radar because it wasn't on the main channel, but it was on their feature channel where they show different people in different aspects or different sectors, I should say, and the things that they do. So shout out to 85 South. Carlos Miller is definitely one of my favorite comedians. Chico Bean as well. I mean, all three of them are great. So shout out to the 85 South Show, baby. Lift Hunt Game. I just need to know so I can maximize the benefits. And Wendy Nichols is correct. Pay that like tax, people. You all are lucky I don't have my mic with me today, but again, hey, let's play that like tax before we have to take some time off. And let's jump into our next story here. Cryptopunks creators signed with top Hollywood agents as sales top 305 million in a week. Whew, man, again, like I said, Cryptopunks took off as far as buying and selling. Larva Labs blockchain created IP is set for Hollywood after the firm signed a representation deal with United Talent Agency for Cryptopunks, MeBits, and Orthoglyphs. The team behind the outrageously popular non-fungible token project Cryptopunks has penned a deal with Hollywood agents United Talent Agency. According to a Tuesday article from the Hollywood Reporter, UTA will represent Larva Labs for intellectual property deals in TV, film, video games, licensing, and publishing. If you don't know, I want to give a shout out to Micah Johnson, a former player for the Dodgers, but his NFT Aku sold for $120,000, I believe, or more. It sold for more than that, but it was bidding at that level. Actually, I think it almost got to the millions. He's one of those people that they're trying to turn Aku into a movie. So I could see a lot of NFT platforms starting to get approached by Hollywood simply because they can take their characters, put them into a movie, and then all of a sudden you got Cryptopunks, the animated movie, come out, and now you got a whole another project. So actually pretty smart on their part. Not even gonna lie, I've been contacted by 2 representation groups from Hollywood myself. I don't know what they're gonna do with me. I don't want to be in anything, but I think they're starting to see the writings on the wall there. So they're gonna start having more creative, I think, ideas. Larva Labs is a good place to start. So CryptoPunks project maintained a relatively niche following for most of its short history before exploding in popularity this year amid a growing wave of interest in the NFT sector, which saw $2.5 billion worth of sales in the first 6 months of this year. Man, it doesn't matter which side of the debate you're on. If you think NFTs are the future, if you think they're just JPEGs, it doesn't matter what you think. $2.5 billion is nothing to sniff at, and it does have value if somebody's buying it. According to the data from the CryptoPunks website, the OG NFTs have generated a whopping 1.18 billion worth of sales since 2017, with 304 million in the past 7 days alone. So the cheapest punk, the floor for CryptoPunks right now, is 115 Ethereum, worth around $391,000. So again, if you want to own a punk, it's starting to become, CryptoPunks is starting to become a status symbol. I think I saw in Bored Ape Yacht Club, same thing. I saw Des Bryant, he was saying going NFT shopping this morning. I saw a few people that bought CryptoPunks, or I think Odell Beckham bought them. If they buy them and they put them as their profile pic, it's sort of a, hey, look how much crypto I have or had before I spent it. So it's sort of a status symbol thing. And anybody that's in marketing knows it's not really about the product. It's about what other people think when they see that product. I think Yeezys are one of the ugliest shoes ever made. Kanye is my favorite rapper of all time. I haven't heard this last album, so don't tell me about Don. I haven't heard it on purpose. But his shoes to me are ugly. But when you wear them, you look at them and say, man, they can afford $1,000 pair of sneakers. Same thing with a lot of designers and Gucci and Louis and whatever. You can look at those Balenciaga shoes, those 2-story shoes that look like pound cake. I don't even know what you call those. To each your own, you can wear them. To me, they're ugly. However, if you wear them, people are like, you can afford $3,000 shoes. That's what CryptoPunks is starting to become. It's like, if you have a real punk and you own it, it's like, I own punk 6713. Oh man, you must have some money, especially now. If you own a punk and you haven't sold it, man, if the floor is 115 Ethereum, then that's definitely a status symbol at this point. So let's look at a few of the comments that we have now. Oh man, let's see. Oh man, it's trying to scroll back. Let's see, Alec G up in the house. What's up, brother? San Diego, Rendell, like Denzel. Oh yeah, San Diego's definitely on there. When I get back to LA in October, definitely. Also, for anybody who is interested, if you're gonna be in Dubai, October 11th through 18th, just booked that actually last night. I forgot to mention that earlier. I actually booked it with Dubai. Shout out to Rain Financial, my man Joseph Delago, the CEO there, bringing me out to Dubai. So I will be there for the book tour as well. And I'll have all the dates listed and scheduled. I'll try and plan it out a little bit further so people know once I get to Houston today. So Adrian Torres, yeah, because of y'all, I believe Bitcoin going to the moon. Absolutely. Jams, that episode was dope. Carlos a fool. Yeah, Carlos is hilarious. I've been watching Carlos for 10 years now. Being on that show is like I don't know, it's like a bucket list thing. And I couldn't, you can't get there and act like a fan, like I act all geeked up. But like I said, I've been watching them 10 years now. That's one of the three things I love the most: stand up, Bitcoin, and basketball. The people that's involved in any of those areas, I've been watching them for years. Definitely a good experience. Let's see. Carmelo told us, you don't need a mic, just sing, bruh. Nah, I'm not singing today. Today it's the first of the month, baby. Ain't no singing from me. Oh yeah, wake your lazy ass up. So yeah, we don't need to do any singing today. Make sure we get that like tax going. Let's see, Bitcoin Benito, thanks for the tip, $5. Have you heard of fractional NFTs? You can buy a piece of artwork for like $50 instead of spending a whole damn house. Hey, I've heard of fractional NFTs, green NFTs. I've even heard of NFT-fi. I mean, literally, you can stake or put up your NFTs as collateral to get a loan. I've seen that come out. So NFTs have a long way to go as far as value and how they're perceived. In the digital world, it'll make more sense, but we're still on the cusp. So it doesn't really make sense to own these things until, hey, I'm in the metaverse and I own this art. For you to come in, you got to pay me, and that's great. So let's see, Kid Solo, Bitcoin Zay biopic. Oh yeah. One day, definitely. Let's see. Real Talk says Moon River. Not sure what that is, but we'll definitely have to look it up. Absolutely. Somebody said, oh, Kendra, happy birthday, Kendra. What's up, Fatima? Morning Warriors, morning, Alapio. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see who else we got. Who was that? Garage. Myers, Audius and Soul are very, very different. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And let's see. Minho Donahue, it's all good, bro. Got some new designs coming to the site. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll talk more about that, Minho. But yeah, merch is coming as well. A lot of new stuff coming for the show. As you know, our second show, we're getting together merch. Just hired a bunch of new people to work with us. A lot of new interviews as well. So I can't wait for all of the stuff to come out. Let's see. James Jetson, wake up, wake up. It's a classic. You're a true 90s baby. Well, I'm an 80s baby, technically 89. I just made the cut, but yeah, grew up in the 90s, baby. Let's see. Kid Solo, have I copped any NFTs? Yes, I had to cop them to do the course, for one, to show people how to do it. Also, the few that I bought, I usually just try to be early. I don't really, the schedule for buying NFTs are basically the drops when they happen. You have to be ready for them and get them. And I have a few, but I don't focus on them. Some people are super well versed in NFTs. That is their entire industry. So shout out to them. But for me, there's still a long way to go in Bitcoin and a long way to go in other aspects of DeFi as well to talk about. So let's get into our next story here. Legislative Assembly of El Salvador approves $150 million Bitcoin trust. Woo, my man, that's what I'm talking about. It looks as though El Salvador's government has set aside $23.3 million toward rolling out crypto ATMs and $30 million to incentivize the use of the state-backed Chivo wallet. Now, there are mixed views about the Chivo wallet, saying that, hey, that just takes away what Bitcoin is made for. It's under government control now. However, again, it's a base hit. It's a step in the right direction. The Bitcoin airdrop is supposed to happen soon. So they need infrastructure in place for people who want to trade back to cash or who want to spend it. So good to see there. They passed legislation creating a $150 million Bitcoin trust and supporting the development of crypto infrastructure and services around the country. It passed on Tuesday, 64 officials voting in favor and 14 opposing the trust creation. The news comes just 1 week before the country's controversial Bitcoin law is set to take effect. Again, next week, Solidarity, September 7th, I believe. Yep, September 7th. Everybody buy $30 worth of Bitcoin. That's how much they're airdropping each citizen in El Salvador. So that's when it becomes legal tender. And of course, yesterday we did the story about the 40 or 50 seniors who were like, oh, we don't like Bitcoin because it will affect our retirement. We thought that story was fake because, again, this is going to happen no matter what. And that the reason why we say it's planned, like, look at it. On one end, you got the legislation passing $150 million in infrastructure. On the other hand, you have some bullshit story with 40 old people smiling with anti-Bitcoin. They don't even know what they were holding up. Anti-Bitcoin signs. Like, come on, man. We already know that was organized, trying to get the divide and conquer going, discourse started. But you can't fool us over here at the Gentleman of Crypto or our Warriors. So of those funds, let's do the breakdown here. 23 million, like we said before, earmarked to support the installation of the ATMs, which I've said forever. The best way to meet people where they are, peer-to-peer, is ATMs. The fees are outrageous, but we can fix that later. But if you want people to take their cash and go straight to Bitcoin, the easiest way is ATMs. I don't care how easy you think it is on your phone. I'm telling you, walk up to an ATM, you scan it, it sends it automatically, takes you less than 2 minutes if you know what you're doing. So shout out to El Salvador. And right here it says, in related news, asset tokenization and financial infrastructure company Coinbanks announced it has signed a deal with the government of El Salvador to develop their digital currency infrastructure with Algorand's open source blockchain at the core. think that's a little bit off for what they're trying to go for, but I think there's some bigger money at play in the future for them, which is what I think they're doing this for. Do they need to necessarily be purist Bitcoiners to the most? No, it's a new country doing new stuff. President is just first time doing it, first go around, but he's doing a pretty good job as far as implementing Bitcoin as legal tender. And just talked about this last night with some of the people at Arizona Bitcoin Group. Once Bitcoin becomes legal tender, do capital gains for other countries go away? And that will be interesting to see what comes about once Bitcoin's legal tender in El Salvador. So let's see what our comments have to say. Let's see. Somebody said, what about DMV as we're talking about the tour? Yep. September 24th through 28th, I'll be there. Let's see. Evan Anderson, thoughts on the Mutable X? Never heard of it. Let's see. Peter Kimbry, some Brit NFT trader got scammed buying a fake Banksy NFT. I mean, that's gonna happen all over. And I heard some people got their NFT stolen. It is what it is. Roland Withers, we still waiting on NFTs. Oh man, that's a project that's gonna take me a couple months, brother. It's got to be done right, and the rollout has to be perfect. I still got to call Shelby Fatima and tell Shelby I said sorry. At Club Platinum, I still got to call you all and discuss some more ideas. But yeah, NFTs is definitely gonna roll out. Just need some time. Eric Brooks, people need to remember Crypto Kitties before going nuts on NFTs. Thank you, Eric Brooks. Crypto Kitties was an amazing time because you got to see what FOMO was on something that to me wasn't valuable at all. And they were sort of the Tamagotchi era of NFTs where people were buying Crypto Kitties. So much so, they clogged the whole Ethereum blockchain and transactions couldn't move for days. So that was a fun time, 2017. Let's see. Oh man, it's moving pretty fast. IMF has warned El Salvador again. Good luck with these warnings. If the president ends up JFK, then maybe you should have heeded that warning. But I'm gonna be honest with you, him just doing it, they can't really stop because now Cuba might do it as well. Paraguay, Uruguay, other small countries as well. It's a game of whack-a-mole at this point. Ghost Nick, do you think other countries will eventually follow the direction of El Salvador with crypto? Oh, it's inevitable. It's not like this is the end. It's gonna be El Salvador and stop. Trust me, other countries are already getting in place. They want to see how it works. They want to see the rollout. They want to see if it's successful, and then they can take that, tweak it to their own country, and then do the same. I think it's just a matter of time. Let's see. Roland Willis says, El Salvador, y'all didn't give a fuck about us before, so continue. Exactly. That's how the Bitcoin community feels. Hey, we were just nerds in the basement messing with magical internet money that's never going anywhere. And then now, basically the front stage of the financial and tech world, and everybody wants to now regulate us and tell us what to do, and we're shadowy coders and all. It's like, hey, you didn't care about us before, just leave us alone. We don't need anything to do with you. Let's see. Rendell, like Denzel, all the protesters even had the same sign in reference to the story about El Salvador seniors not liking Bitcoin for retirement. Yeah, they all had the same sign. Somebody just printed it off at their desk and handed it out to them when they went out there. So made up. Let's see. Ghost Nick, so does that mean Algorand is about to go up? With El Salvador trying to go with them along as BTC? Not necessarily, but most likely. Because of the market of crypto. People see it in the news, they see somebody's going to use it. The thought process, the psychology behind that is number go up. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think the number is going to go up, so I'm going to buy it. And we all think the same because we're novices. So the number does go up, and then it's confirmation bias at that point. I would just say don't stick around with it too long because it's still very speculative. Roland Withers, he says, I'm speaking on El Salvador, talking to the IMF and other entities, suddenly taking an interest in them. Absolutely. That to me makes no sense. They were not trying to help them before, so now why are they trying to stop them from helping themselves? That should raise some eyebrows from anybody. If you have been constantly pushed and beat down and told, you aren't shit, you're not gonna do anything, or just ignored, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna solve my own problems, and they're like, whoa, what you mean? Then that means that they're trying to keep you under their thumb. They're trying to keep you as slaves or trying to keep you as workers. Should be some sort of pushback at that point, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see, capital gain, Garage Myers, capital gains tax these nuts. I'm broke, baby. I'm broke, baby. Let's see, I'm going to pull up to Bitcoin headquarters. Oh man, yeah, show up, call the Bitcoin hotline if you have a complaint. I'll be answering the phones later. Let's see, Bohemian Gardens. I asked the guy working in Rouse this morning if he invested in crypto. He had no idea what I was talking about. Oh, we're still early. Oh, trust me, we're only 12 years into this. A lot of people still don't even know the word. And we're sort of in this rabbit hole because we see it every day. We're in this rabbit hole where we think everybody knows about it, when in reality, still very early. So let's get into our final story for today. The Postal Service's law enforcement arm is buckling down on crypto. This story was hilarious when I read it this morning, simply because this is one of the most kind of weird stories to see because of the reason why they're doing it. The newly released USPS internal audit recommends a crypto training program for investigators, and the U.S. Postal Service law enforcement arm is rethinking the way it handles crypto-related investigations. According to an internal audit report published last Thursday, the agency said its management of seized cryptocurrency assets and crypto-related investigative procedures needs to be improved. The audit was led by Mary Lloyd, the agent's cybersecurity and tech expert. It found a lack of standardized crypto training for inspectors and inconsistent communication between them and the cryptocurrency fund program. So what they want to do is down here, if we slide, postal inspectors, they investigate crimes involved with the U.S. mail, often we're working with the FBI and FinCEN, right? People who use the mail to transport drugs and other illegal services could fall under the fact that people are using crypto to buy these drugs or illegal substances. And if you don't know what crypto is, if you're investigating and you're like, well, I have no clue what it is, then that's smart for USPS to have this training. However, the thing is, they're basically doing it because they're like, hey, we need to catch all these criminals that are using crypto to buy drugs. It doesn't happen that much anymore. I mean, if it is happening, you might want to maybe teach them about Monero, but even still, trying to stop it is like, man, it's like trying to stop a river with a cup. At this point, it's too fast at this point. And I think that they're trying to train their people to at least know what it is. You know, I mean, look at this. In 2019 and 2020, the cryptocurrency fund program received only 9 requests for crypto for investigative purposes. They only seized crypto assets in 4 cases. 4 cases in the entire United States of the America. And you are talking about we need to train people on crypto because all the drugs that may go around, like 4 cases. We've had more drug cases in Phoenix this morning, like that didn't involve the USPS, but it's just them basically saying, hey, we want to make sure we cover all our bases. But again, I told you, people don't really do that. People don't send drugs through the mail using crypto, especially now with Bitcoin. You can track it, and a lot of the sites are overrun with FBI agents. That's not happening, buddy. So yeah, those times are kind of dead. Be an adult and fly to Oregon if you want to get some heroin. Be an adult and go meet your drug dealer in person. How about that? Because at this point, I mean, if you're buying drugs online, cool, or if you're getting shipped, that's your prerogative. I don't care. But if the USPS is going to focus on crypto training for 4 cases, yeah, you can kind of leave that out of the syllabus, honestly, because it's not much going on. So let's take a look at some of our comments. Let's see. Crypto Coach, appreciate the tip. I'm broke, baby. Exactly. Ben lost my Bitcoin in a boating accident. Let's see. Power of 45 regulators. We regulate any stealing of the property, and we damn good too. But you can't be any geek off the street. You got to be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean, to earn your keep. Oh yeah. Let's see. Grand Rising to Tessa Hall. Appreciate you. Let's see who else we got in here. Too much for you. Okay, the post office should issue NFTs for people who collect stamps so they can make money. We did a story on that. The Postal Service actually is issuing stamps as NFTs. So the fact that you thought of that idea as being something that they should roll out and they actually did it, that means you're on the right path. Too much for you. So the best part is that line of thinking, the fact that you can use the crypto industry to your advantage. That is what most people should be doing, which is why I love our warriors. We got more ideas in the chat than I've seen in the industry, honestly. People don't have an original thought in their head. So let's see who we got. Peter Kimbrey, more people use fiat to buy drugs, so are they going to ban fiat? That's been our point since the beginning. Cash is still king when it comes to money laundering because this is private. It's as private as you can get. So why would I use something that is less private? Makes no sense. Unless you are in that business of the digital world, and you're shipping. It is what it is, man. Let's see. Gerard Myers, I've sent hella drugs through the mail. Never one time got paid in crypto. Got paid in cash every time. Exactly. As somebody who used to sell a little something in college, I wouldn't. I mean, why? Like, what? Just take cash. You don't have to take crypto because then there's more of a web, right? Ghost Nick, this stuff is hilarious. Postal Service is smoking some crazy stuff. Exactly. I don't know what they're doing there. Let's see. Rendell, like Denzel, those 4 cases found Monero being used for OnlyFans. If that's true, that would be funny. Let's see, Chappie, I've been mail ordering weed for years from BC via fiat. Exactly. I mean, I know people that do that. They get it mailed to them, but it's always in fiat. It's never nobody's using Bitcoin and nobody's using crypto. Period. Would you suggest everyone own Monero? Yeah. I've said this. I believe I've said this on the show before. Bitcoin was never invented. Monero would be the closest thing as far as the ethos of the cyberpunks of privacy. The goal was to have a money that was completely private. Now, the decentralization, the trustless system, the security standards, all of that to me makes Bitcoin better. But if Bitcoin's never created, I think that everybody should have at least a little bit of Monero. Let's see, before it gets banned. George Hernandez, good morning, Just Crypto. Thank you for the cookout Saturday. Thank you, George, for attending. Again, had a great cookout Saturday at LA. Let's see if I can pull up some pictures here. And everybody that came out sold out of books. So everybody that came out, thank you so much. We'll be having hopefully monthly dates in LA because I'm gonna be honest with you, so many people that hit us up was like, oh man, I missed it. I can't believe blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, well, we have another one. If we start doing it monthly, come on out. And let's see. Oh man, they won't even let me go to my own page. I don't know what's going on here. Twitter kind of acting up, but let's see. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can find these pics from it. Great turnout, definitely. And I would encourage anybody who's in the LA area, San Diego area, whenever we start having these events, come on out. So yeah, shout out to Tammy Mack. I was on KJLX radio in LA the day before. She's a good friend of mine. Been on her, she just called me and was like, hey, you wanna jump on the radio? I was like, sure. And jumped on the radio. And we had a lot of people come out from hearing it on the radio. So shout out to her. This family actually heard it on the radio. Shout out to Swish, that's King there, as you know. And let's see, Swish for the venue, sponsored by John Lillick and Black Bitcoin Billionaires. Shout out to you all. Make sure you go holler at John Lillick on Twitter if you don't know him, and Black Bitcoin Billionaires as well. And I should have some more pictures in here somewhere. Let's see, where we at? Yep, here's some more from the event, a few more. Shout out to my guys out here. Oh yeah, definitely. So appreciate you all, man, for coming out to the event. And of course, the Gentleman of Crypto will definitely have more events in the future. So let's get into a few more of these comments before I jump off today. Let's see what we got here. Michael Kennedy, I'm loving Phantom for the last couple of days. Must have gone up a lot. Let's see, Chappie, how many people here are from Canada? Just curious. Yeah, I'm kind of curious too. I was thinking about Toronto as a stop. But it's starting to get to wintertime, and I'm not going to Toronto when it's cold. Let's see. San Morgan Book 2 will ship when? Actually printing as we speak over the next weeks or so, starting to ship them. Got all the legal stuff taken care of, so we're on the way. Let's see. PBG Fitness, glad to catch y'all live. Much love from Colorado, absolutely. Finn, any trips close to Florida? Yeah, I was in Miami for the Bitcoin Miami conference as part of the tour. So it is what it is. I'll be back at some point, but I'm not sure. Kendra D, one of the LA meetup pics going to be posted. King has them. I actually asked him the same thing. King has them. We've looked at them. They're great. He actually showed them on here, but we'll put them out soon and probably email them out to anybody who joins. And Kendra D, I'm sorry, somebody I just skipped over, Denzel or Rendell, like Denzel, you plan on making an audio book for Bitcoin in Black America? It's already made. It's already been recorded. It's been mastered. Trying to get it through Amazon is the holdup right now, because the second version of the audio book is being made as well. So I have to figure that out. Amazon is definitely taking a bite out of my ass right now with a lot of the stuff that they're pushing back against. So let's see, any more comments here? Let's see, Roland Wishers, our own ecosystem that benefits the communities. Let's see, who else? We need our own Ethereum fork. Yeah, I would tend to disagree there only because starting a currency from scratch, if you do it only for your community, then that's not actually how good money works. Good money means that it's good for everybody, and that means your community can take advantage of it. That's why I like Bitcoin. Doesn't matter who created it. We don't know who did it, but I know we can take advantage of it. So let's see. Somebody said they're in Mexico. Shout out to Simon Family Ventures. I just talked with them yesterday, actually thinking about the Gentleman of Crypto Mexico trip in January. Should be dope. So let's see. Somebody says S1 Dubs come to Toronto next spring, summer. Oh yeah, I'm still coming. I'm just waiting until it gets a little warm. Let's see, how outdated will Bitcoin in Black America 2, considering we're trying to get it out for almost a year at this point? I'm just going to support it only for life. That's the funny thing. Much like Kanye, I have edited it over time to fit the times, and it's 99% of it was up to date. Some of the new developments, I've added it in there just so it would be up to date. So anybody that was waiting, you will see a lot of stuff in there that is up to date and new and fresh. Because again, the holdup, it was for legal reasons, got put on the shelf, but the book itself, I want to make sure it is definitely a masterpiece. And let's see, no more comments for today. I appreciate you all for watching. Again, we'll be going to Houston, be there until September 12th or 13th, somewhere around there. Planning 2 events. I will make sure I get it out to everybody as far as promotion, where those events will be. Trying to see some strippers and get some good food while I'm down there with the wife and baby girl. So thank you all for watching today. King, he'll be back with us tomorrow. Appreciate you watching the Gentleman of Crypto, and have a great Wednesday. Remember, it's the first of the month, baby.